Welcome to the Daily Fantasy 5 for today, Friday, April 19th. This is episode 59, and we are brought to you as always by mathradio.com, where you can pick up an online math course for your child ages 7 through 17 for as little as $9.99. Now, these math courses help your children do better in school. It helps them score higher on exams, and it can even help your child get into college by nailing the SAT. So if this is something that interests you, please go to mathradio.com and pick up an online math course for as little as $9.99. All right, let's get to the news of the day, and we're going to start with a little baseball news and then convert over to basketball. So, the Chicago White Sox, Lucas Gagliato, he's moved to the injured list. He's a starting pitcher, but he kind of stinks. Hopefully you're not really starting on him or depending on him that much. In 2018, he had 10 wins, 125 strikeouts in 173 innings. He had a 6.13 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP. Not too stellar. This season, he's been a little bit better. He's 2-1. His strikeout to inning rate is much better, 23 strikeouts in only 18 innings. He's got his ERA down to 5.3, and his WHIP is 1.34, but you're probably not starting him on a regular basis. Maybe you're streaming him against some of the weaker teams, but he is going to be on the injured list with a strained hammy. All right, that's it for baseball. No football news to note, and we're going to move over to the slate of games in the NBA playoffs tonight. Our first game tips off at 7, so you need to have your lineup set, I think, by 6 o'clock tonight. So we have Toronto favored by 5 at the Orlando Magic. In this game, I like Orlando plus 5. If we're going to zig and zag, it seems like they've been going back and forth. I'm not really sure that Orlando can, stand up to this Toronto team, but I'm going to take them plus 5. It should be an emotional home game for Orlando. They haven't been in the playoffs in, I think, 8 years, so this should be a very exciting game for their fans, and hopefully that can keep them in the game. All right, the next game is Boston at Indiana. Indiana is favored at home by 2.5 points. I think Indiana simply cannot score. I was surprised the last game was as close as it was. It looked like Boston was by far the superior team watching the game. But it also looked like Indiana would cover, which they didn't. I do not expect Indiana to be able to pull this one out. Give me Boston plus the 2.5 points, even on the road. All right, our final game of the night is Portland at Oklahoma City. Portland has dominated this series, but yet Oklahoma City at home is favored by 7.5 points. I know they have a strong home court advantage, but a 7.5 point swing? I just don't get it. Lillard has been an absolute monster in this series. Paul George still appears hurt. Adams looks old. Westbrook is Westbrook. I think Portland just goes out and wins again. So again, here I like Portland plus the 7.5. What I actually like tonight is a little parlay action. Give me Boston to win and Portland to win, and you're getting plus 725 on your money. What that means is if you bet $100, you will get a return of $725 plus your $100 back. That is what we call a two-team parlay, and I think it should be about 4-1, but instead you're getting over 7-1 on your money. That is good value. But anyway, enough of betting and breaking down the games. Let me go ahead and give you my daily fantasy lineup right now. It is noon, so we have about 6 hours to go. You never know who's going to be injured, as what happened last night with Joel Embiid not playing. So make sure you're checking. Don't just stick with this lineup and plug it in and think you're good to go. You need to check and see who's going to sit, who's going to start, and that will definitely affect who's going to be in your lineup. So let's start off with the point guards. So what I did here is I chose 2 point guards who I thought would have monster nights, and I'm going with both point guards in the Portland-Oklahoma City game. Give me Russell Westbrook at 11,800, and then Damian Lillard at 10,300. And then the rest of my lineup, I tried to fill out with guys who had good value, who had over a 5-point multiplier on Roto Grinders. So let's go through them. I have Evan Fournier of the Orlando Magic. He's going for 5,100, and he has a 5.57 multiplier, and he's averaging about 25 fantasy points per game. Then I have Jaylen Brown. He's been playing quite well. Give me Jaylen Brown for 4,400 with a 5.48 multiplier. Jonathan Isaac, I expect him to play well at home. Young guys typically play better at home. Give me Jonathan Isaac at 5,100 for a 23.0 with a 5.17 multiplier. And my other small forward is going to be Rodney Hood. Now, this one's kind of a reach. I got Rodney for only 3,500. He kind of stinks, but you never know. He could go out there and score some points for you if he gets some minutes and gets hot. It's always possible. He does have a 5.05 multiplier on Roto Grinders, and there weren't that many good options at the small forward spot. Now, moving to power forward, there were only two options, so I took them. We had Jason Tatum and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon with a slightly higher ranking here with a 5.19 multiplier, and Tatum with a 5.13. Tatum is going for 6,800, while Aaron Gordon is going for 6,700. My center is going to be Miles Turner. I got him for 6,100. He is a 5.72 multiplier, just too juicy to pass up. This leaves us with 200 extra salary dollars, but that's all right. I think this is a good lineup going forward. But as always, make sure you are checking your lineups right before tip-off because you never know when someone's going to be injured and announced 20 minutes before the game like Joel Embiid. What a jerk. Anyway, that's it for the Daily Fantasy 5 today. Please visit mathradio.com to pick up an online math course for your kids. Subscribe and like this show. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes and write us a nice review. We'd greatly appreciate it. We will see you back here tomorrow to give you another lineup for Daily Fantasy 5. All right, bye.